Hi everybody. I'm going to read you something a little bit different today. I'm going to read you a poem rather than a story. And today's reading is a bit fun. It's not as serious as the last few books and questions that we've done. So it's from this book that I bought many years ago now. It's a very old book. It's called Rhymes for You and Me. So it's all poems for children. And it is very old. I'll just open and show you here. I love it when old books have these little inscriptions in there because it gives you some idea of how old the book is and who had it and what it was for. So this one says, "For dear Ramsay on his birthday, wishing him many happy returns of the day. September 1905. Goodness me, that was a long time ago. Somebody wrote that. We can even see that they wrote it with an old inkwell type fountain pen rather than the pens that we use today. Anyway, I get very excited about old things like this, but the poem that I'm going to read you is in this book and it's called My Little Mouse. All dressed in grey, a little mouse has made his home within my house. And every night and every morn, I would not wish my mousie gone. And why? A quiet mouse is he, as any one need wish to see. My house is large, my hearth is wide, there's room for him and me beside. At evening, when the lights are out, he likes to slyly peep about and help himself to what he sees, without once saying, if you please. I've food enough, and some to spare. I'm willing he should have a share. There's cheese, my little cupboard in, and tartlets stored up in the tin. He nibbles at my currant tarts, and often at my custard darts. He gets upon my mantel shelf, and then he always helps himself. But while I live secure at ease, I never will my mousie tease. He shall take anything he sees, without once saying if you please. Most people, when they see a mouse in their house, can't wait to get rid of it. They see them as pests, as nuisances, and they're worried that there'll be more as well, which there might be. But in this poem, this person is saying, I don't mind, I've got lots of space, I've got lots of food, I don't want my mousie to go, he can stay here with me. The reason that I picked this poem was because it reminded me of when I was a little girl. And I remember one day, my mum, it was just my mum and I at home, and she'd gone to the bathroom and the phone rang. And back then we had phones on the walls with the long cords, so I had to climb up onto the bench to get the phone, and I said hello, and it was my Auntie Livia, and we were having a little chat, and then I saw this mouse sprint across the kitchen into the lounge room, and the funny thing was its tail was like this, up in the air. And I'll never forget it because it made me laugh so much. And I also wrote it in a little diary that I had back when I think I was 6 maybe at the time. And I wrote about it because it was so funny and I've never forgotten it. So when I saw this poem, I immediately thought of that mouse that was in our house. My parents didn't let it stay. So my question for you is, would you allow this mouse in your house to eat your food when it never even says, please? Would you kick it out? Would you let it stay? And why? Perhaps you'll have some conditions for the mouse if it's to stay. Maybe it will need to say, please and thank you. I don't know. Maybe it will need to help you do some chores around the house to earn its keep. Whatever you think is appropriate. Or maybe you think, I don't want a mouse in my house. It needs to leave. As I said, boys and girls, today's is a little bit silly, a little bit funny, but I still cannot wait to hear your responses. I'm going to jump on after I make the video, put it on Seesaw, and I will reply to any messages from the last video and then also any for this video as well. So until then, bye.